been a long time. This might have been the longest gap we've had since we restarted this thing for the third time. And ironically, one of the last recording sessions we did, we talked about how, John Cena's back. And, we're going to have all this John Cena content. And they really haven't provided us with a lot, to be honest. There's a lot of talking points, but I expected there to be, go pay-per-view A, and we'd be able to discuss who we fought, their history, why they picked him, etc., etc., etc. I thought we'd be able to discuss his evolution and how he, changed into whatever character he changed into. Nothing. We'll get to that though. We'll get to the pros and the cons. But before really diving into it, I know that at time of recording, we are 5 days, 1 business week from someone's birthday. So I'm sure this will be released around the time of the birthday. So, happy early, or depending on if you're listening to it that day, happy birthday to Anthony.
Hey, thank you. I feel old.
What are you now? Big 2-0? Next year you can drink?
Yep, we're getting there. We started this podcast when I was 15, if you believe that.
At the other shout out I want to give is to one of the, I'd say for a time, handful of consistent listeners. For some episodes, he even corrected us and let us know that we were missing audio, or the one time an image was wrong. But little Dalton, who we took to StarCast all those years ago for his surprise 16th birthday, graduated high school this year.
On his first try.
Didn't need that good old GED.
And
He did it.
People were down him.
Yeah, Rick Steiner thought he smoked pot. Kevin Nash thought he had a mental problem. Yeah, people were down, but he did it. He graduated. He walked out to the Macho Man's theme wearing the Geniuses attire. How great! But now that I got those two little shout outs out of the way, shout outs to the PWP universe here. Let's talk about John Cena.
The summer of Cena, the John Cena retirement tour, started off kind of hot. We even, I don't know, we were excited in our video where we talked about his heel turn. But I think it's fair to say that maybe some of the hype has died down since then.
Yeah.
I think, and all I'll say is, it's The Rock's fault.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you blame The Rock? Do you blame Triple H?
Everybody. I blame a lot of people. I know, people are going to be like, what's the point? It's the point, Anthony. That's why you're doing it.
Because he's ruining wrestling.
When he turned heel, he was gone for it was 2 weeks or so, if I remember correctly. There's a couple week gap between Elimination Chamber when he made his first appearance in whatever country that was in Europe, and he came out with the same song and the same Titantron and the same look, and then he's like, "Oh, you guys don't deserve a new song." Blah blah blah. I'm like, shut the hell up. Yes, we do. We do deserve it. Because nothing's changing. Nothing changed. And then,
No, and I tried to play devil's advocate with that because that's I in my head I'm like, if nothing changes, I know something he'll bring back that'll make him a heel. I thought he was going to use that. I forget the name, but he that Chinese punch that he used for like 2 years. I thought
oh
he was
yeah,
going to bring that in and make that his finisher. And I'm like, well, that'd be a heel move. Him beating all our favorites with a fucking dumb looking punch there. Hasn't even used that. There's been literally no changes, like you've said. I think my theory is I read yesterday actually that Triple H will change scripts to try and snuff out who's leaking scripts, and I think there was talk about him changing his entire look, him changing his theme, him changing moves, and then because I got leaked, Triple H pulled an old Vinnie Mac, got pissed off, and was like that kid that when you're playing with me, you don't do exactly what you want. Oh, we're done. Okay, nope, we're done. Because it's so weird. Because if you listen to interviews with John before, he would talk about his heel turns and how he, tried talking to Vince about it, and it seemed like he had ideas. So unless there's some big payoff that's gonna make us like
it's not
piss
like it's
ourselves,
not like they need to make a song or a new theme. He said he has one made. He had gear made, and
yeah.
like I get like you have to sell the shirts. Like he can still sell the shirts, just don't let him. He doesn't have to wear them. Doesn't have to come out looking like the same John Cena the entire time. Like it's so simple. Like
With the shirts
I don't want to say like
too.
I'm a creative genius, but in like the 2K universe modes, whenever I would make John Cena heel, before I was like, okay, let's instead of jorts, let's put him in like just jeans, like a black pair of jeans, and black armbands or maybe no armbands and just like regular wrestling tape. Just go from there. Shave his head, maybe. I don't know. He got hair transplants. He ain't gonna do that now, but
See,
yeah.
and you brought up the shirts. He could have kept the shirts, right? But I think to be heel, so I know he's gonna go to Grand Rapids shortly, and I'm sure the colors are gonna be. I would think some sort of Detroit color, whether it's Tigers or Lions. What I would do is instead of that, I'd have it be so if it's supposed to be Lions ones now, I would have had it be like Packer colors when going into Detroit. Because people are still gonna buy it. It's Cena's last shirt. They're gonna order it off WWE shop. They might not sell as many at the venue, but that would, kind of be the point. But no, just the normal shirts. And like I said, it's not only at the venue. You can go online and buy them now. And that leads me to a point that's crazy about this is how expensive the tickets have become for shows between this being his retirement tour and then Netflix. Like it used to be you could just go to a taping or go to a show and it'd be 60, 70, $80 a ticket for a high seat or ones that were left like the day of the show. We went to a SmackDown taping, day of, bought the tickets then, and it was like $50 a ticket. But now with Cena, now with the backing of Netflix, they're out of control. I think the ones that are left right now for the Michigan shows, the low end is like 90, and it's a nosebleed seat.
Yeah, here let me go to Game Time, the Game Time app. For the Monday Night
But yeah,
Raw here in July, nosebleeds are upwards of $100 when before they were about like 40 each.
yeah, and
Uh,
he's not even advertised for that Raw. That's the crazy part. But I think you hit it on the nail. I think you hit the nail on the head early on. Uh, the Rock's a big one to blame.
yeah, he
Ever
tried
since he
saying
got
that.
that People's Championship, he's gotten so much worse.
Well, like, what's the point of having The Rock come out of Elimination Chamber if you weren't going to do any follow up to it, especially with Travis Scott. Like, okay, Travis Scott coming out of Mania was like by himself was the worst case scenario. Either have John Cena like actually just win the match, maybe either like using like a low blow heel tactic type thing, or like The Rock has to come out and like help him win or something. There had to be some sort of something because, well, let's be fair, the match kind of sucked, right?
Oh yeah,
Which is it's
agreed.
fine. It was serviceable. Like I didn't like it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever watched in my life. Like I didn't bitch about it to really anybody, but it could have been saved if there was a like like a like a something that happened at the end that made you want to maybe want to tune in the next night, which there really wasn't. Maybe tune in to Raw the next night was the Heyman heel turn.
Yeah, I
Or
honestly thought if they weren't gonna have The Rock come out, they should have had Cena use like a rock bottom or a people's elbow to win the match.
yeah, to keep people
Some
like interested or play the Rock's music.
Yeah, but
It's,
instead,
they
The
seem like
Rock pretty much said his appearances are just random at this point. It's whenever he's in town, or a lot of people have dug up. It's when they need ticket sales. Um, yes, there's really no reason for Rock to associate himself with Cena at this point, based on what they've said slash based on what's been happening on the TV.
you know what we need.
What?
We need like a Pentagon pizza theory, but for wrestling. Have you heard? Do you know what that is?
I don't.
So the Pentagon pizza theory is like an hour before like a major world event happens, like most recently like Israel attacking Iran. There, if you go on Google and like look up the pizza places around the Pentagon, it says like they're busier than usual because they're just like
Interesting.
so, and it correlates if you go back to like I don't know, like the past like couple years. Like if there's a major world event, like something like military wise happening around the world, you can like search by like pizza business or something. So we need that, but for The Rock, like tequila sales in the area around Raw or like a pay per
Yeah.
view. If those like spike, The Rock's coming. You know, so we need something like
Well,
that
and
because it shouldn't be random. Like we go like okay, SummerSlam's coming up or Saturday Night's main event. Maybe The Rock
well,
shows up and like keeps John Cena alive. Like shows because why would he? Because he like they're just ditching it. Why would he quote unquote sell his soul to The Rock to the final boss if we're not seeing any of the benefits of it? Like The Rock isn't
and
coming out to help him. The Rock isn't really sending anybody else to help him. Like The Rock just lost or I'm sorry, Cena just lost a match at Money in the Bank. Like why was there like a plan, right? If we were in trouble. Also,
yeah, and
no offense. I don't know. If you want to say something after this about The Rock, go ahead. But I just want not to get too far off topic, or I just had to get this off my chest. Is okay. As of recording, Johnson has 16 days left.
yeah.
Why are we wasting dates on like matches I don't think are particularly important for him to have? I
That's what I'm
For
saying.
the longest for like 2 weeks or whenever the match was announced, I thought his match with Truth at Stardust main event was like a title match. Apparently, it wasn't. It was a non-title match, and I didn't know that. I
Really
didn't know that until I was actually in the middle of watching it, and I noticed like, wow, they didn't do any of the things at the beginning of them like holding the championship up or whatever. Like, oh, it's a non-title match. Okay, so why is he even doing that? And then why are we having a tag match with Cody and Jay just out of nowhere, and Logan and Cena? I don't get it.
yeah, like you'd think it, we thought, and I know a lot of people did too, that he was going to face people that were like important moments in his career. He started with that with Randy Orton after when the heel turn happened. I mean, he's going after Punk, or Punk's, I guess, going after him. But like you said, yeah, the Cody and Jay and Logan thing didn't make sense, especially if, yeah, for them to it added nothing to it. Um, I'm noticing the 16 dates, and I hope that it leaves something for AJ Styles. Just Cena and AJ had some good stuff. You could have done Cena and Miz even, especially since The Rock's involved or was involved. Um, Cena and Sheamus even. There's quite a bit they can do, and they're just choosing not to. But what I was going to say about The Rock is for him to go out and pretty much say that the Cena stuff, he doesn't need to be there for Cena, blah, 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 blah. Then why, when he came out of Bad Blood, did he hold up the three? When he told Cena to dig out Cody, did he hold up the two? Like, if The Rock's just doing that to get people's goats and make them think, like, oh, wow, he's planning something. That's like what everyone used to. That's what everyone now bitches about Triple H about. Is he'll make it seem like a match is going to happen and then swerve you. If that's what this new ideal is of being a booker or being the head writer, is hey, let's just really fuck with the fans. I don't like it.
So
I'm not saying I want to. I'm not saying I want to know everything. It's just if it makes sense and it's like, oh, well, the last person on the team, he's going to hold up a one. That makes sense. And then The Rock to go, yeah, we'll see when I come back. Haha. I don't like it.
next week, John Cena's fighting R-Truth again. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Ron Killings again.
Yeah, Ron Killings. All right, don't get Bubba Ray Dudley hot. All right, it's Ron Killings. He doesn't want to hear anything about truth. All right, he's not truth anymore. Get out of here. Yeah, Cena and Ron.
Here's the
Killings.
truth. Here's the truth. Ron Killings will not take the title off of Cena ever this year.
No, and if they
he'll never win the WWE championship ever. So I'm tired,
the
of
thing
people on Reddit and X keep saying, "Oh, he deserves."
And Booker T
and TikTok, well, he deserves a world title run. He deserves a world title one. Why? Because he fucking cheered him for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, no. The
Justin's
thing that
right.
makes me
He's
upset
a
about this,
sideshow comedy character.
what upsets me about this Ron Killing stuff now is, yeah, they've made him look like a threat, but they're in a partnership in TNA, right? Why not reference that he was the second TNA champion? Why not reference that he's one of maybe 10 African American talents to win a heavyweight championship in a major promotion? Why not mention that he beat Ken Shamrock for the title? Like, these are things that could add layers. But instead, he's just Ron Killings. I don't get it. And to kind of piggyback on what you said earlier, normally when they have the champion fight someone and it's non-title, it's because the fans have the idea like, oh, that guy could beat the champion. So they take it away. They take away the title, and I don't know why they did that with these two. I don't think I ever had a thought in my head, especially when he was being Ron Cena, that R-Truth could beat John. I don't think he's going to beat him. I'm hoping they do something to continue the story. I'm half wondering if Punk will make it to Saudi or if someone's going to jump him.
Yeah, no, that's another discussion for another day.
A lot's possible with it, but yeah, having two matches be with R-Truth, Ron Killings, it does not make sense. Like I said, this could be an AJ Styles match, or and if The Rock comes back during a Cena Ron Killings match on SmackDown, I think I'd lose it.
I don't really think I didn't really like any of his matches post Mania, if I'm being honest with you. Like
I liked the Randy Orton one.
I get it. Like I do. Like I'm not gonna like say you're wrong because I get the repeal, but for me personally, I never got it. I never got the Randy Orton Cena thing. they like I guess I just wish younger fans, people younger than us, would stop pretending like Cena Orton is like this great thing, like on the level of like Austin Rock or like Brett and Shawn, like in terms of like WWE rivalries. Like
Oh, I
you,
know.
you can call me crazy, I guess. I don't know. Like I can think of one good match of theirs that like I remember, and like the rest of them were all kind of the same.
Yeah, that's one thing with those four from OVW, Brock, Batista, Orton, and Cena. None of them really had chemistry together, and it's odd. Like they all took the industry by storm, and at one time or another they were the golden goose, but none of them could work together. Which is crazy because in most other eras, the golden gooses like are intertwined
Right.
the entire time, but they never could work together. I don't.
It
Which
just
again is why I want AJ Styles to fight Cena before he retires because that was like the last great matches Cena had.
like
And if they don't, and if they don't do it, especially again with the TNA partnership, and you know for the last time, Mr. TNA versus Mr. WWE, that kind of thing. But I guess that'd be too easy. Do you
yeah.
think he shows up on NXT at
Cena.
least once before he's done, or do you think he fights Joe Hendry at least once before he's done?
See, like this would be cool, and but no, he's got to fight our Truth twice, and then I know you said you liked the Orton match, but he had to fight the guy he's wrestled literally almost 300 times in the past 25 years. Uh, like I was really hoping at this point in his run, like let's get some fresh like matches here. Like he hasn't he hasn't fought Punk since like 2013. Like he hasn't fought Styles, since like 2016. That was good. They were good matches. Like I like to see him fight.
I,
I would have liked to see him fight Logan Paul. That would have been cool. I like to see him
I really
fight LA
wonder
Knight. I'd like to see him
if Kevin
fight.
Owens getting injured derailed any plans for a potential Owens Cena match.
Probably. I assume he'd be on like a short list of like a feud. Like the way I would book it, and I didn't watch SmackDown tonight, so they might have done it like this. I've seen there's some sort of like big commotion with a bunch of people. Like I like to, you gotta think of like try to think of like wrestling as like one big like continuous movie, right? Like you gotta go
Yeah.
for moments. Like if I want to compare it to like a movie, like like in the Avengers movie, they always talk about like, oh, this is an Avengers level threat. Like we need like the big guns to come in and like fight this dude, right? Like John Cena holding up the title and like not gonna bring it back, and he's got like so many. His contract expires on a certain date, and well, they even said like they put in the dates thing. Like he only wrestled X amount of times. Like we all gotta fucking come together and figure out how to fucking beat this guy. Like I would like to see that like continue to happen for the next like couple months, and then The Rock being involved in hiring people to help protect Cena. Like, oh, why would Solo Sokoa like help Cena? Oh, he's getting dividends from the final boss. Blah 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 blah.
That's something I thought I don't know why they didn't have Solo, and then eventually the um, Tamatonga and Tongaloa, and now even Jeff Cobb and for a time Jacob Fatu. They could have easily been like seen as heavies, but they chose not
I just feel like where
to.
this is heading is it's not gonna be for nothing. Like Cena's gonna fight. You weren't gonna get like the Punk match. It seems like we might get like one or two more like dream matches or something, or like people or matches like the fans want to see, and then Cody's just gonna win the title back at whatever, and it's gonna feel like it's been for nothing. We didn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah, I said from the beginning I could see the ending being since obviously they're gonna do something with the belt, right? And at the end of it, he's gonna go to hit someone with it, and he's not gonna hit him, and he's gonna turn face again, and la di da di da. Um, but I figure he'll lose the title to more than likely Cody, and then he'll come out on the next Raw or SmackDown, and it's I know that was he'll lose the title to Cody before his scheduled last show, and then he'll come out and Cody, I realized it wasn't John Cena who won those 17 world titles. It was the fans. They won them, and I turned my back on them, and look where it got me. I wasted my last run. Cody, can I have one more match with you? And then Cody will, oh yeah, for the title, yeah. And then Cena will end up winning. He'll have the title, but he'll give it back to the company because he's a good guy now. He's not going to leave with the title. And then he'll have 18 championship wins just to stick it to Flair.
Fuck it. You know what? Have him drop the title to Mr. Iguana. Like, fuck. At this point.
Yeah, this Cena, I've enjoyed the, how do I want to word it? I've enjoyed the heel turn when he talks. Like when he, again, with Orton, when it's, that kid just flipped me off. Isn't that nice? Like, he's letting real Cena out, and I love that.
Yeah, the promos are good. That's the best part. I just feel like they're not doing anything with them.
Am I gonna get a T-shirt for when he comes to the Michigan show? Am I gonna probably have someone pick one up for me? Yeah, I'm probably gonna. But yeah, it's been odd, and then getting Logan Paul involved. I'll admit, on my universe, I made a group called The Industry, and it was The Rock and Logan Paul. Instead of John Cena, I put Shane McMahon in, Ronda Rousey, and then I had Solo Sikoa. And I'm like, I'm just going to run this, as a team like they could do of all, quote unquote Hollywood elites, like people pitched for Cena. And I'm like, but there's no way Logan Paul is going to get involved with them in this last run. And lo and behold.
Oh.
Here he is.
When's the Grand Rapids show? Because they already have the shirt out.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can go on WWE.com and you can buy all of them. Which is why I said you could do the heel turn shirts. And like this one, yeah, now that I'm looking at it, it's Detroit Lions colors, even though it's Grand Rapids. I would have had it be Bears colors. Sure, people at the arena aren't going to buy it, but you're going to get them smart fans that are going to WWE shop and buy it. Yeah. Sorry, no, I thought you knew that.
No,
they're all available.
I didn't. I thought you meant like, it has the show.
You thought I was like,
you
thought I was like high or something.
No, I thought you meant like,
come on.
Oh, like tonight they were in Kentucky or something tonight. So okay, the Kentucky shirt's now on sale on the website. But I scrolled down, I saw the Grand Rapids ones are here too.
What's the Grand Rapids date? Do we know? Is it when he fights R-Truth?
June 20th. So yeah,
that's hilarious. People in Michigan paid money for a John Cena Ron Killings main event.
Let's see. Tickets are going. Let's see. 60. You get them for like $60.
Oh, they're down to 60. Well, maybe I'll buy a ticket.
$65 on the game time, and that's like the last row in the fucking building.
John Cena and Ron Killings, huh?
You can get a floor ticket for $339.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money. But anyway, yeah, you can buy all the shirts
for a ringside seat, row A. It's actually not too bad. There's not too bad of a seat.
The last thing that I really want to talk about on this is everyone online creating all this story that might not even be there. Like I mentioned the finger thing, and I saw that online. Um, Supposedly, everyone thought that Jey Uso was going to be involved with The Rock and Cena, not only because it was taking out Roman, but did you see how easy Cena got eliminated in the Rumble? It's like he did it himself. No, Jey Uso's not with him. And people should have realized that the ending of Night 1 WrestleMania, because if Uso was in cahoots with The Rock and Cena, they probably would have came out and cost Roman in his match with Seth. Which is why people thought by Seth turning heel and Heyman being with him and turning on Roman, that they were going to be with Cena and The Rock. And then Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed proved that wrong. And then they thought it was going to be Logan Paul because he teamed with him. Not going to be Logan Paul now. But my favorite one I saw, my favorite, and I think this is goofy. Apparently when Cena was leaving the ring after talking with Punk, when they first announced they were going to do the match, Punk's music played, and when it said "Only you can set me free," the camera was like right on Cena as he was looking at Punk. So people are like, "Oh man, if CM Punk beats John Cena, that's gonna set him free because he's not gonna be a heel anymore because he won't have the title." That's so stupid.
Yeah, most like IWC fan theories are pretty stupid.
Like it's fun to fantasize and maybe write a scripture or two. But like I know Goldberg's not gonna have his retirement match in AEW. I was fairly certain that Shane McMahon wasn't going to AEW. Like, obviously, Macho Man and The Rock didn't actually fight each other. Like, yeah, it's a good idea and it's fun, but probably stick to universe mode if you want to do that. Uh, yeah, it's been as I said at the top of this, a little bit underwhelming because we had all these thoughts on what was going to happen and what Cena content we were going to do, and
I was excited for
there's
it.
there's definitely some I guess you'd call it some WrestleMania hangover. I think it's picking up again with the reintroduction of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, but you know the Cena stuff did not carry it like I thought it would. I thought we were gonna ride away from WrestleMania all to December, uh, and then like we said, The Rock
The Rock
he
bailed.
mucked it up.
It's all the
Yeah.
Rock's fault.
And did you see that now they're getting smart? They're getting even smarter to the internet wrestling community because they had The Rock's mom sit in the front row at Money in the Bank.
Did they?
And I know, yeah, and it used to be, which it could have been changed, but she would only go to the shows The Rock was at. Because there was a couple shows where he made a surprise appearance and she was there, and people were like, what the hell?
What the hell?
Uh,
Leonte.
I could be wrong. There could be another reason she was at Money in the Bank, but I mean, Seth Rollins and Naomi won those matches. Uh, there's no reason for her to really be there, as far as I know. So it just adds to, like I said, Triple H sits behind a computer. He's got a fake X name. He's got a bunch of burner accounts, and he just sees what people says. And when they say something too much, we'll see, fan.
Yeah, these should just stick to Instagram. Why did The Rock ruins a lot. Think about it.
Lately, yeah.
He's ruining wrestling. He ruins movies. He ruined the DC cinematic universe, even though that was pretty much dead by the time he got there.
He kind of ruined Fast and the Furious because he caused all the fighting and some people wanting to leave. And yeah, The Rock ruins things. He takes his elbow pad off and he drops the people's elbow on everything people love.
The only thing I'll say is he's doing a pretty good job with this XFL UFL
Yeah,
combined thing they got going on there. That's pretty
but
cool.
do you have any other thoughts, any expectations for the last 6 months of Cena's retirement tour? And then my other question is, do you think he'll actually retire, or do you think he's gonna retire at next year's Mania?
I think he actually retires. I think John Cena's that guy. He's not gonna be the one that will come back. Um, Expectations wise, you better have like a good damn fucking opponent at SummerSlam. That's all I gotta say. Something like they gotta
It
do
could,
some. They gotta do something at SummerSlam to really get this thing going into the fall.
SummerSlam could be whoever wins King of the Ring, because I'm pretty sure they get a heavyweight title match. But that's why a lot of people are thinking Seth's gonna cash in. So
Well, I think the
who knows?
finals it's probably going to be Cody and Sammy. Will probably be the finals, and those two will
Yeah,
probably be. So it'll probably be Cody versus Cena, and then Sammy versus whoever's the world heavyweight champion, Gunther, Jay, or Goldberg, whoever it is by then. So it'll be those two, and then it just doesn't matter who wins King of the Ring because they're both gonna get title matches at SummerSlam anyway. And does
do
Cody
you think
Rhodes
Cena
beat Cena?
loses
No,
the title?
no.
I don't think he'll lose the match. I think he could. Getting cashed in on seems possible.
Unless they're
But
like,
then again, who?
unless the only way Cena wins or Cena loses is if they're like, okay, this heel turn thing isn't really working, so they're gonna just like rush and change him back, and then do like a his retirement tour turns into like a redemption tour, and he's like, I'm gonna just do anything the fans want. Who do you want me to wrestle next week? And they're all like, wrestle Jey Uso. Yeah, yeet, 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 yeet. And he's like, all right, me and Jey Uso next week. Then he just goes for like the next, whoever his last 10 dates is like 10 opponents picked by the fans or something. Speaking of like that,
Hey,
like why don't they do fucking like Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Sunday anymore? Like it's so much more easier. Because like the whole point of
oh
it back
yeah,
then was
'cause
like, oh, log on to do.com and vote. Like it's like why aren't they doing like a Twitter poll? Like you know how easy that'd be. Oh well, I guess
well,
they can't manipulate it because I feel like
yeah.
the results on the but still, what? Why they should bring that back. At least like do it for like NXT Taboo Tuesday. Okay,
That'd be
we're
fun.
rambling. Uh, Judging a halfway point, I give it a thumbs down so far.
I'm gonna put my thumb in a medium position. It's not up, it's not down. Uh, there's definitely positives in his promo work, and like I said, I enjoyed the Orton match. Um, Everything else I have not enjoyed, with the exception of, I don't know if you read this, he vouched for Killings to face him at Saturday Night's main event. I guess Killings was supposed to be cut in the first round of cuts in January, but they let him ride it out. And when Cena heard that, he wanted to fight Ron to potentially get him his job back. So that's why it's at that middle point for real life John Cena, making people happy except Nikki Bella.